So for you, how was the season? Obviously, it didn't end how you guys wanted it, but for you personally and as a team, just how did it go for you?
I mean, for me, I'm a team first guy, so you know, individually, I think it was okay. I can always be better. Just as a team, I feel like it just, it wasn't what we wanted, what we expected, and that's just that.
What do you feel like maybe was missing as a team that it didn't get to where you wanted it to be?
Consistency before the injuries, and then the injuries was the biggest one.
How do you, speaking of the injuries, not using them as an excuse, but how can you explain the value of like lineup continuity and how important that is?
Say that again. I didn't hear you again.
How can you explain the value of just having the same lineup out there night in and night out with all the injuries you guys have had, like without using it as an excuse? How valuable is that to a team to have same 5-10 guys out there?
I mean, it's really important. You build chemistry, and that's where the consistency comes from. When there's new lineups, it's just hard to build chemistry that way. So, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not somebody to make excuses. So, whoever's healthy, who's ever out there ready to compete at a high level is, who you go out and practice with and get ready for games with. So, but obviously, in this league to, win at a high level, I feel like you have to be healthy and you have to be consistent.
And just talking to Wesley, he mentioned how throughout the year he could see different guys stepping up as leaders and everything like that. Just for you, what did you observe throughout this season as far as guys kind of owning a leadership role in different ways?
I mean, I just try to show up to work and, be myself and lead by example. I can't really speak on this guy's a leader, that guy's a leader. But at the end of the day, it's a great group of guys. Like I said in the past, all the way to now, you come in here and you see a bunch of guys working on their game, wanting to get better, trying to learn and just deal with what we could deal with. And like I said, at the end of the day, it is what it is. You can't make excuses.
Dejounte, when you look back over the entire season, was this one an enjoyable one for you, even though you guys obviously don't reach where you want to be?
Enjoyable? Not enjoyable. A lot of ups and downs. You could say, you say a lot of good moments, bad moments, but I think if you're not going to the playoffs, it shouldn't be enjoyable. And I just, how passionate I am and wanting to win and willing to do whatever to win.
Was there kind of maybe a discussion among the players after that play-in game just about kind of how the season went or anything like that as a team?
No.
It looked like Garrison took big steps for his NBA future this season. What did you see from him over the course of the year trying to step into that kind of role?
I mean, number one, he's a great person. I love him a lot, just the person he is. And his work ethic speaks for itself. Every morning he's in here. He practice. After practice, he's in the gym. He's in the weight room, handling himself, taking care of himself, and he's available. So a guy like that I'm just happy to see somebody like that get the success that he was getting over the course of the season. And I think he made a name for himself, and I hope whether it's here or wherever it's at, I hope, somebody give him his worth, and he gets a bunch of guaranteed years in NBA because he deserves to, be a guy in the rotation on the team.
Dejounte, when you guys have, some high goals at the beginning of the season to make it to the playoffs and just experiencing the reality of it, what is the hardest part of trying to stack up what you want to do versus what is actually going on?
I mean, you can't without consistency and being healthy. I think it's that simple. You're not consistent and then you're not healthy. Those are two bad mixes to have, in such a competitive sport, especially in NBA.
What do you go into the summer focused on for you as far as how do you approach it, what you focus on, just preparing for next year?
For me, I try to keep the same approach, especially on the basketball court. I never limit myself. I always try to continue to get better and grow as a player. And then outside of that, I want to become real, stronger, stronger than I ever been before. So, just the nutrition, diet thing, even though I eat right, but just tuning it up even more and in the weight room even more, working on what I really need to work on. you know, and just trying to take everything to another level. That's just, you know, who I am. Each and every year, I try to approach it the same way, but even better. So that's pretty much it.
Realistically, just how much time do you just take away from basketball before you pick it up again?
I mean, I could probably take away 3 weeks, but I'll get in the weight room before that. I actually fell in love with starting to lift, so it's just hard in the season to do it every day. You know, you're always on the go, always on the move, so you know, basketball probably take 3-4 weeks before I start going hard in it, and other than that, I'll be starting lifting probably in a week.
What made you fall in love with it? Was there like a moment or something that you noticed a difference just in your game by lifting more, or?
I mean, when I got hurt a few years ago, I got to learn about my body and the importance of all the agility stuff and the lifting. You know, it allows you to be available, you know, like I am. It limits injuries, and which, you know, the proof been that from since I've been hurt, and I've been able to be available. And I think it wasn't just, oh, I'm eating the right foods, or, you know, I'm working on my basketball game. It starts in there, you know, the treatment tables and then the weight room.
How do you think you were just able to grow this season, just having a full year under Quinn Snyder this year?
I mean, I've always said it, you know, he's a great coach. You know, I love him as a person, a coach. It's just, it wasn't fair for him. I feel like, you know, he didn't have a healthy group. And it's just like, I don't know what you expect, you know, when you got guys in and out of lineup and you just having to basically switch your game plan, you know, each and every game, or, you know, weeks at a time, whatever. So, like I said, I think he's a great coach. I love him. He knows I love him, and I love playing for him.